Miss David, I'm a Coke Plate Frontier from the Genesis Group. I want to give you guys a market update. Now, I highly recommend you guys check out Crypto University by Steve. Okay, I am a member. I did purchase one of his bundle courses, and I absolutely enjoy it. All right, but he made this video, and I want you guys to really check out the video. And it's the latest one where you see the yellow line and the red line, and when it crossed, about 2 candles later, you had your market bottom. Okay. And here in 2018, when you had the yellow line cross over the red line, that actually crossed exactly on the candle of the market bottom. You see that? And something that he pointed out is it just crossed at this big long candle. That's right. So if you were to go by statistics, chances are it's going to be this candle, or maybe 2 or maybe even 3 candles after, you're going to have your bottom. Now here's something I want you to look at. These are not daily candles. Okay? Because when I check them out, I go, they don't look like the daily candles that I look at. They're actually weekly candles. That's right. Because here, if you look at I want you to look at this M part, and you'll see 2 greens, a red wick, a green wick, and 3 red candles. And that's this right here. Look at the top, 2 greens, a red wick, green wick, 3 red candles. Then you have all these weekly downs, a green candle, and then 2 red candles. That's exactly what that is. So what does that mean? Well, that means that technically this right here, when the yellow line crossed over the red, okay, it still took, who knows, maybe 2.5 weeks. It all depends when it crossed, what day of the week, where you can say, it could have took anywhere between 3 to 2 weeks before you hit its market bottom. Okay. Here on 2018, if you look at this, it was on the weekly candle where it hit its market bottom. All right. But we don't know what day it is. But anyway, it is, it was on that weekly candle. Well, let's fast forward right now. It is on this week right here. And we're, in Korean time, this is Saturday. All right. If you want to know what time it is, just check the time up the top left-hand corner. I stayed up this late just for you guys, just to make this for you guys. Okay. It's not for me because I already know the information. I'm doing it for you. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning. It's 1:49. And I got to wake up early in the morning to go teach class, even on Saturdays, okay? And so I'm just doing this for you, all of you out there. And what does that mean? Well, this weekend, we could have a big push down. Or maybe next week or the week after, we could still have further down side, or this weekend, that's it. Whatever happens this weekend, and then when Monday starts, that could be our bottom. Why? Because that happened in 2018. The only thing I can say about this is I want you guys to look at the big picture about, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 weeks, so about 2 months later, you have Bitcoin kind of come back down close to the previous bottom. Remember I told y'all that even if we miss the bottom, right? Like I got my buy orders in at 22,000, 23,000, 22,000, 21,000. I didn't get my buy orders fulfilled for 20,000 already down to 12,000. And then I said, even if we miss it, even if we miss it, like that's cool. I just get rid of those buy orders and I wait for Bitcoin to come back towards the previous bottom, which here happened about 2 months later. And you had the COVID crash that almost brought it back to that bottom. Again, okay, you'll have your opportunities. You'll have your opportunities. Let's look here. It had a bottom. And months later, you had another bottom. Actually, months later, you even had maybe a deeper wick. Okay? So you will have the opportunities again. Believe it or not, you will. So like let's say if 20,000 is the bottom, okay? Like let's say this is the bottom. You know, let's say when Monday comes out and we stop at, you know, $20,070. And you know, it's back up to like even 30, 40,000. You can best believe sometime in the future it's going to come back down, where it's going to go down to like, if it, you know, maybe 20, 22, 23, 24 to 22,000, or even maybe back down to 20, around 20,000 range before it moves it back up. That's the after this bounce, if this is the bottom. Okay, why? Because I remember seeing it in the previous charts I just showed y'all. So all you have to do is, yeah, if this happens to be the bottom and no, we're moving up, all the buy orders that I put in at 20,000 all the way down to 12,000, I just, if I want, I could redo the buy orders, or I just buy, you know, redo the buy orders around 20 something thousand, like, you know, 24,000 to 22,000, and not really worry if it goes to 20,000 or not. Or I could put buy orders at, you know, 20,070, and then if whatever I don't hit, I just buy back into Bitcoin. Because remember, right now is a time where, for me, remember, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. I'm giving you my strategy. I buy Bitcoin first right now because I remember that Bitcoin hits its bottom first, and then all the altcoins will slowly just bleed on the streets. Okay. And you'll have plenty of time to switch your Bitcoin for your altcoin, because Bitcoin will continue to stabilize its price or move up while all the altcoins continue to get drained. And that's where, you know, you take full advantage of it. So now this green line, remember here, this is a yellow line. Okay, look at the color. The green line is the 4-day moving average. All right. And once again, 4-day moving average. What I want you to look at in the 4-day moving average is when it happened after the bottom. That's 2015. Look at the 2018 or 19. You had your bottom, and then you had the 4-day death cross here. Okay, so actually, I tell you what, when you have a 4-day death cross, I want you to look at something. After the 4-day death cross, it moved up. After the 4th-day death cross, it moved up, went down. You had sideways movement. But anyway, it was a good time to buy, because, you know, it's just moving sideways. Rather, it goes up. Besides this moment where it's a good time to buy in because it matches this bottom. Right? I want you to notice this, because we have a 4-day death cross coming up in July, like around July 24th, which means that'll be a good time to just buy and hold. Because anyway, you missed the bottom. You missed the bottom here, because the bottom was here, but the prices are up. And then again, here's the bottom here, and this is the 4-day death cross. But whatever, the 4-day death cross still crosses as a good buying opportunity for Bitcoin. We just don't know what Bitcoin's going to do from now to July 24th. You guys see what I'm saying? And in 2015, the 4-day death cross to the bottom took about 40 days. And 4-day death cross in the 2019 bottom, it took about 47 days. If you look at July 20 something till now, it's about 40 days. Okay? So, it could be, but once again, history just rhymes and never repeats the same. It could be 30 days. It could be 35 days, 37 days. We don't know. So, we'll just see what happens this weekend and next week. But when that 4-day death cross happens, it's not a bad time to just, buy a good portion of Bitcoin and just holding while all the altcoins start to get drained, okay? I'm just saying that right now, all right? So just keep that in mind. Right now, notice I still have my buy orders all the way down to 12,000 because you still have days or weeks, right? We don't know, okay? And once again, yeah, this is, in the past history, the yellow line only crossed twice. In 2015, where it's close to the bottom. 2018, where it's pretty much at the bottom, and it just crossed to now. So this is the third time in history. So statistically, is in our favor that the bottom is very close, or even could be now. And statistically, historically, the 4-day death cross happened only 2 times in the past, in 2015 and 2019, which it marked around 40 days of the bottom. And it hasn't even happened yet, but it's close to happening in July. Okay? So I don't really like to go by feelings, yeah, I would love to see a 13,000 Bitcoin, 17,000 Bitcoin, but I'm not really too worried about the price. I'm more worried about the charts. The charts statistically is more correct than what I want to happen or feelings. Okay? I'm not too worried about what's going on around the world, because somehow what's going around the world just happens to match with the charts. If you really want to just, in fact, tell you the truth, you could just look at charts in the economy and you could kind of just predict what's going to happen around the world. And you could just say, okay, well, technically in the charts, things are going down. That means it hasn't happened yet, but we're going to hear more bad news than good news, because the news will kind of just somehow match along with the charts. Yeah. It's weird that way, but that's how it works. So you're like, what do you mean? Look, the world is going crazy, Dave. What do you mean, David? You're saying crazy stuff. No, I'm not saying crazy stuff. Because, you had a bottom here, and then another bottom comes here, right? 2019, you had a bottom here. Oh, hold on. Okay, yeah, 2018, whatever, you have a bottom here. And then 2019, you had the COVID crash here, right? That happened 2018, 2015, you had a bottom here. And then another bottom here. So what I'm saying is, or even you had a bottom here, price goes up, and then it gets dragged back down here where the candle or wick is close to this. So what can happen is, once again, if something like this happened now, that means that in July, the you'll have some good news about inflation. It wouldn't go past 8.6%, because it'll be these green candles, and the Feds will put some policies or say something that kind of boost up the economy, because they'll say the inflation rate is not, we might have peak inflation. And then when August and September comes up, because they didn't boost, instead of going up another 75 or 100% basis point on interest rates, they might do 25 or 50%. When August and September comes around, maybe you're going to have higher inflation than 8.6%, and that's what's going to drag the market down, and something like this. And then, when this big drag comes out, that's when, like, oh no, we can't raise the interest rates anymore. We got to lower them. We got to, try to save the stock market, whatever. And then you start having this kind of stuff. Maybe here something happens with Russia, who knows, another disease, anything that'll spark this off, and they start lowering interest rates, start pumping money, helicopter money, sending money directly to people's houses or bank accounts, and you have this boost again. I mean, if something like this played out in 2022, you can see, if history repeats itself, okay, like if this is the bottom and history repeats itself, it's going to be something like that. You understand? You can just, that if this is the bottom, depending on how Bitcoin acts within the next couple weeks, and with the 4-day death cross, then yeah, I mean, you kind of like, you can predict the likelihood of good news and then bad news to come just by looking at the charts, because for some weird reason the news just matches along with the charts, with the charts in the past. So it sounds crazy, but it's weird, but it just plays out that way. All right. Yeah, it sounds crazy. So let's see how things go. Okay. Once again, like I said, look. Okay, let's look at Bitcoin with USDT on the monthly. Let's go back here. Okay. So you had your peak. All right. And after the peak, the next candle is a red one, right? Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, let's say whatever. 13, 14 months later, you had your bottom. All right? Okay, so remember, 13, 14 months later, you had a bottom. Now, let's look at some of the older coins like NEO USDT. Okay. The bottom is at $3.89. How long does that take? Great question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It took 11 months to hit $5.39. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. It took over 2 years from his peak for NEO to hit his bottom. So it took like 13, 14 months for Bitcoin to hit its bottom, but NEO, it took about 26 months. So it took a year, right? It took a year, okay? If you look at Bitcoin, what was Bitcoin doing 26 months later? Well, let's count that bad boy out then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 was about here. Okay. And you notice Bitcoin was still at a higher price. Okay. This was that COVID crash right here. That 3,700. All right. Notice Bitcoin is at a higher price. It's at a higher price. While an altcoin was at its lowest price. That was Neo. Right? Okay. Well, Ethereum Classic, USDT. Okay, where's this bottom? $3.07. Okay, let's count. But I don't know if this paired up exactly. Hold on. I don't think Ethereum Classic was paired up with the USDT for as long as Neo and Bitcoin was. So maybe TRX was. No, yeah. TRX, no. Probably not. No. Okay. But yeah, I can't think of one of these okay, Ethereum. Oh yeah. Let's check out Ethereum. Ethereum was okay, USDT. Perfect. Okay. Now Ethereum did match along with Bitcoin. But anyway, Ethereum 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 was 11. Yeah. Now Ethereum is it is different. So I can't really count Ethereum. But just trust, I can't say trust me but I can just tell you from my personal experience, a lot of these altcoins hit their bottoms like a year or two after Bitcoin hit its bottom. Or not 2 years, but about a year and some change, or around a year after Bitcoin hit its bottom. But Bitcoin was obviously is after its bottom, so Bitcoin was worth more, right? It went up in price. And that's why at this point I'm just buying Bitcoin to hold to later trade for altcoins. Okay? Because the altcoins will have bigger percentage moves up than Bitcoin when they hit their tops from their bottoms. Okay, and that's really my plan of maximizing, however much I can make from the next bull run. All right, so we'll see what happens this week and then and probably next week. Okay, I imagine these are weekly candles, so I imagine this week and next week is where we'll probably see the bottom if we go by these indicators. Now, I was thinking the bottom will come in around August, or September, but sometimes you gotta, you just gotta see. Maybe what'll happen is maybe we'll see the bottom in June. And then when August, September comes, we'll see another price where Bitcoin gets dragged down to similar prices to whatever the bottom is. And that's probably the last opportunity, that the next best opportunity to try to buy in Bitcoin at its lowest price. Right? Whether it happens August, September, or October, or something like that, months down. And then after that, because around that time, around September, October, November, I expect the Fed to no longer raise interest rates because the economy is just getting crushed. The stock market is getting crushed too much that they just have to save that. And, it's going to cause inflation, dropping helicopter money, and people just doing speculative nonsense, probably, and whatever the case is. And so it's going to start feeding back into different asset classes, and obviously some of it will start going into Bitcoin. And then 2 years later, what is this, 2022, so by the time 21, so around 2024, will starts in 2021, 22, 23, 24. So, maybe around 24ish, 25 is, we could start seeing the bull run. Okay. Yeah. Because once again, 2014 was a peak. 2015, we had close to a bottom. 2017, peak, bottom. So, and that's 17 plus another 4, 21. 21 was the peak. Okay, so around maybe 2024-ish is you start the bull run, and then around 25 is when it's done. And then, 26 is going back down. They'll just recycle the process probably. So, I mean that's just how it's been in the past. So, anyway, that's just what I see happening. So, as for KOK-COIN, because we are part of Coke family, I see KOK-COIN getting dragged, when Bitcoin has this bottom. And then for the next, whatever, half a year, 2 years, or some change, KOK-COIN will get dragged down like the other altcoins. That doesn't mean KOK-COIN's a bad project. It's an excellent project. Okay, it's an excellent project, but the whales control the price a lot. All right, and they're gonna drag it down. Now, one of these days, soon, probably in a couple weeks, I plan on making a video of my strategy if we, as a Coke family, work to really smash off the whales and teach them a lesson messing with our coin. There is a strategy, but honestly, a lot of people won't like it. But from my experience, okay, and I've been dragged through the market, so I have a lot of experience. Okay, I've been through the worst of it. Is there is a I if I would just give I'm gonna just tell y'all my strategy, and once again, I'm not your financial advisor. You can do whatever you want to do, but yeah. So there you have it, everyone. Okay, so maybe this week, next week, nothing's guaranteed. You never know. All right, but rather we see our bottom this week, next week, or maybe later. Who cares? I'm just giving guys heads up information. All right. All right, everyone. Please take good physical care of yourself. Uh, please take good, care of yourselves mentally and spiritually, especially spiritually. Okay. And yeah, everyone, please surround yourself with the right people. Now's a great time to know God. All right. Jesus loves you. And yeah, just praying for you guys. Okay. Of course, pray for the Ukrainian and Russian citizens. Remember, citizens don't start wars, politicians do. All right. All right, everyone. God bless y'all. Lots of love out there. And Coke on.